Hey, shit. Scratched Up Live, number 41. I forgot to turn my microphone on. Welcome to Scratched Up Live. I am your host, Eric Obscure. You have made it to Quarter Day Recordings, your first stop for hip-hop, discussion, and music production. Like I said, I'm your host, Eric Obscure. Tonight, we are doing something very special, something we only get to do a couple times a year, and that is go over our list of our favorite new albums, okay? Now, this list in particular tonight is the 2025 Halftime Report. The 2025 Halftime Report. Now, what that means is I have chosen 12 albums that I find to be the best that have come out since January 1st of this year. Okay, and that is up until the very last day of June. That is the first full 6 months of the year. And at that point, that's my cutoff date. Nothing that came out past the last day of June is counted, but everything from January 1st, 2025 to the last day of June of 2025 is in consideration here. And I have come up with my list of the 12 best albums of the year so far. All right, it's going to be very fun. I've made a little PowerPoint presentation to, present that list. And I'm very excited. Okay, this is a list that I've been working on every single week of the year so far. This is how I do it. If you were around last year, you may have seen my 2024 halftime report, in which I did the same exact thing as I'm doing tonight. Now, this list is the way I do it. So this is a hip-hop focused channel, and that is for a reason. It's because I am biased towards hip-hop. I love hip-hop. It is my favorite kind of music, and it is more than just music, obviously. But as far as the music goes, let me slip on my glasses here, my streaming glasses. Stream hasn't officially started until I slip on the stream glasses. But yes, so the list, 12 albums, okay? 6 of the albums are hip-hop albums. They're rap albums. The other 6 are not hip-hop albums per se. They may have some rapping on them here or there, but they're not listed or labeled as hip-hop albums, and on a whole, they are not. But maybe hip-hop adjacent, and some here or there. Some not anything close to hip-hop. But because I am a hip-hop biased YouTube channel and just a hip-hop biased person, my list is biased towards hip-hop. And I am not ashamed of that, but we will get into it later. Because first, we have some top of the show news we needed to talk about. We need to discuss, okay? I've got some top of the show, little juicy little things I want to touch on here, and then we'll get into the list. My name is Derek Obscure. This is Scratched Up Live number 41. How are we doing? How is everybody doing out there? Feel free to leave a comment. Tell me how you're doing. I'd like to know. I really would. I'm curious, Are you feeling good these days? Are you feeling sad these days? Are you feeling depressed or lonely? Let me know. We can always chat. I'm always here to chat. For real. I like to be very interactive out here on the YouTubes, on the internet. And speaking of the internet, you can always go to Instagram and follow Quarter Day Recordings at Quarter Day Recordings. Also, I want to shout out, before we get into the news, actually, let's peek into the Discord here. So last stream in Scratched Up Live number 40, at the very end, at like 2 or 3 in the morning, I created a Discord for the YouTube channel, for Quarter Day Recordings. So it is available. You can click on the link in the description here, and that'll take you to the Discord. You'll find it down there in the description. But I've been trying to be active on it, and we've got 1 or 2 people signed up onto the Discord server, and I've got 6 or 7 like chat channels with different subjects available, and I've been posting in them to kind of get the ball rolling, and I'm feeling very positive about it. I'm having fun. At the very least, it's a place where I can just document what I see, and something I can, it's a place I can reference for things I've seen throughout the week. And I posted things like music that I'm listening to, articles that I come across. I'm trying to pull it up here. I'll show you. So this is what we're looking like. This is if you can take a look here on the left. These are the channels that I've got created: Share Music, Hip Hop Discussion, Audio Production, Current Events, Scratched Up Live, and Go Rage Live. Now those last 2 are the names of the live streams on the channel here. Share Music is pretty obvious, a place to share new music that you're listening to, or any music you're listening to. I've shared a couple playlists in here. Like, I gave a sneak peek of the 2025 halftime report we're gonna be talking about tonight. I gave a sneak peek of that last week. And my rotation playlist, I posted that in here. It's has 100 songs in it, like exactly 100 songs, and it's updated nearly every day. So every time I put a new song in there, I erase the one I put in there least recent. I guess I don't know. Does that make sense? The one I put in there least recent. All right, and then hip hop discussion, just anything hip hop related that you want to discuss. I guess maybe it could just be like music industry discussion. I don't know. Still trying to like figure out iron out the details here. Audio production, a place for anything audio production related, like plugins or just like tips and tricks. And I posted a nice resource in here that I use all the time. Then we've also got current events. So obviously like news articles. This is a good place if you want to see me talk about something. Maybe you post it into current events. And then I've got Scratched Up Live, where I'm going to be posting, every time I go live, and clips like highlights and whatnot. And then Go Rage Live, same deal. When I go live, and clips are going to be posted in there. And then there's the general chat. So I'd like to see this place active eventually, one day, maybe, as the channel grows. I really want to push this Discord, and I want anybody who is interested in Quarter Day Recordings, and anybody who watches this channel, they should be involved in the Discord, or at least be, a part of the server and reading it and keeping up to date with it, because I'm going to be posting things throughout the week that I can't even talk about all of the stuff that I post in here on stream. So it's a lot of bonus content. It's a lot of just like you're able to interact with me directly. If you want to see me talk about something specific, you can post it in here, and that'll probably be like a good push for me to talk about it. Yeah, it's fun stuff. I think I like I said, I see a bright future for this Discord server and for this YouTube channel. Frankly, I'm excited for the growth. I'm excited. So let's see here. Let's touch on some of these top of the show topics. Starting with the new Kanye West song. Now, I have not talked about too much of the Kanye drama that's gone on most of this year. I made a few streams with him in the title last year, at the end of last year, when he was coming back onto the scene and the start of his new descent into madness. around the time of the Grammys and whatnot, maybe I was talking about him. Haven't talked about him much the rest of the year, and that's on purpose. But this was kind of interesting. So he put Northwest, his daughter Northwest, who's like, 10 or something, 11, maybe even now, on a song with Diddy's son. Now, when I wrote this down originally, this was before the Diddy the Diddy verdict came out. So I don't know, maybe people are over Diddy at this point because he was, 3 of the charges were dropped. In my opinion, he's not scot-free. Like it's going to be a tough recovery at this point. But before the verdict came out, Kanye put his daughter on a song with Diddy's son, King Combs. Now, I posted this in here because I thought it had more of a thing to read about it, but this is just, the song is titled Lonely Roads. Now, I have not listened to it. I don't really care to listen to it on stream, to be honest. Let me see if I can find any other info on it. Kanye puts North on song with Diddy's son. Here we go. Here, courtesy of the Keeping Up with the Kardashians subreddit. Let's see here. Kanye West posts song with Diddy and Christian Combs. Okay, so I thought it was King Combs, not King Combs. Christian Combs, featuring Northwest despite Kim Kardashian's disapproval. That's a nice picture there. Diddy's like, yeah, kiss my neck. Kiss my neck, Christian. North with the beautiful teddy bear puppy there. Look at that teddy bear puppy. It doesn't even look real. Then Kanye. Okay, so apparently we have sound here. What is this? Oh, here's the song. Okay. Running through the jungle like a cheetah ride. Surrounded by fake friends I don't even like. When you see me shining, then you see the light. When you see me shining, then you see the light. So there, you get a little taste of the song there. It says, this is a Reddit post. After his crazy ass tweets, Kanye has now apparently dropped the song North made with Diddy of all people. For fuck's sake, Kim should sue him. So North made it with Diddy's son, though. I don't think she made it with Diddy himself. He uses his kid like no other. She's just a prop to his dumbass, just like his wife. So we're just reading, like snarky Reddit comments. Let's see if I can find more here. By the way, I do want to read this comment. I'm not sure of the validity of it, but I thought it's kind of, let's just read it. Fun fact, Kris Jenner is a longtime illegal partner with Diddy. Illegal partner. Also, Khloe was on Diddy's tour when she was 16. That whole entire that whole entire reality family has ties to Diddy, and don't ever forget that. Is that true? Let's fact check that. Was Khloe Kardashian on tour with Diddy when he was 16? I think ChatGPT could probably help me out with that. Let's see what Chat's got for me. Let's see what ChatGPT's got for me. Did Khloe Kardashian go on Diddy's tour when she was 16 years old? Searching the web. No, there's no verified record that Khloe Kardashian went on tour, quote unquote, went on tour with Sean Diddy Combs when she was 16 years old. What is documented, in a 2014 episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Khloe mentions flying out early to attend one of Diddy's infamous VIP-style parties and recalls it being quite wild. She says she was escorted by plane, and there was a small group, including Diddy, his son Quincy, French Montana, and then 20-year-old Justin Bieber. Ugh. But none of those statements indicate she toured with Diddy. Not that Justin... I said right after Justin Bieber. Not that Justin Bieber is although he kind of is. But just the fact that he's hanging out with Diddy still at 20, like, couldn't have been good. He could not have been around positive, things. But none of those statements indicate she toured with Diddy in an official sense or in a teenage capacity. A teenage capacity. That's a Funny way to put it. Meanwhile, on Reddit, some users recall Chloe saying she was quote-unquote on tour with Diddy and G Unit at 16. And by the way, as an aside from me, Diddy and G Unit, you know, Diddy and 50 Cent have a very famous beef that goes on to this day. Apparently, she interned for him when she was 15 or 16 and spent months on tour with him and his team. That's a quote from Reddit. But, you know, obviously unconfirmed. However, these are unverified rumors and are not supported by interviews or official sources. The only confirmed info is that adult Chloe flew out to attend one single party. There's no credible evidence she spent time touring with him at 16. So I kind of figured. I'll flash what I was reading here for a sec. Just reading some ChatGPT garbly-gook. But, oh shit. Let's see. So, yeah, Kyle the Hype, if you're out there, I don't think what you're saying here is true. I don't know why. Did you just make that up? I want to find more. So, Kanye, North, West, Christian Combs. Here's an E-News article. That's kind of what I was looking for here. Here, Northwest rapping song with Diddy's son, King Combs, and Kanye. Yay, West. This ChatGPT ass article. Northwest is following in her dad's footsteps. Oh, God. What's going on? Oh, God. Come on, E. Get out of here. What the hell? The 12-year-old daughter of Kim Kardashian and Kanye West made a rare appearance. Holy shit, E-News. In her dad's music by rapping on the bridge of Lonely Roads, his collaboration with Christian King Combs. Collaboration that was released. Yeah, this is ChatGPT. Read the. Oh, jeez. Read this. So Kanye made a rare appearance in her, the 12-year-old daughter of Kim and Kanye made a rare appearance in her dad's music by rapping on the bridge of Lonely Roads, his collaboration with Christian King Combs collaboration that was released June 27th. In the song, which is an updated version of a track previewed by Ye and King back in March called Lonely Roads Still Go to Sunshine, North detailed feeling like she's on the right path when it comes to following her dreams. And she's on a better path than I am, I'll tell you that. Doing everything I wanted, that's the key to life, the tween raps. When you see me shining, then you see the light. Wow. She's so profound. But that doesn't mean her journey hasn't come without any downsides. Can I get rid of this? Is this just like... Oh, here we go. This E-News was killing my vibe. All right, there we go. Her journey hasn't come with without any downsides. In fact, she later admitted in the lyrics that she struggles to keep genuine people in her inner circle. We're talking about a 12-year-old, right? Man, she's had some... The daughter of Kim Kardashian and Kanye West has really had some downsides in her journey at 12 years old, for sure. Deep, dark downsides, for sure. In fact, she later admitted in the lyrics that she struggles to keep genuine people in her inner circle, as she put it, surrounded by fake friends I don't even like. A 12-year-old. The richest 12-year-old in America. Although, I do got to give it to her. With that being said, I do got to give it to her. It would be hard to tell who wants to actually be her friend and who doesn't, because she's so famous. But anyways, and North isn't the only famous kid to prove they've got generational talent on the track. King, 27, also gives a shout out to his dad, Diddy Combs, on Lonely Roads, which originally featured a recording of a phone call with the Bad Boy Records founder amid his incarceration on the previewed version's intro. I'm home, dead wrong, like B.I., read King's lyrics in the first verse. Still the king like T.I., still bop like D.I.D.D.Y. North's appearance on Ye's songs that shows support for Diddy, who is currently on trial for federal charges. Obviously, this is a little bit old. A sex trafficking and racketeering to which he has pleaded not guilty has been a point of contention for the gold digger rapper and his ex-wife Kim, who split in 2022, and they also have other kids. Earlier this year, Ye accused the Kardashian star of attempting to block North's involvement on the tracks. Yeah, dude, look how much she looks like Kanye. She is a spitting image, dude. It's so funny. Like, you know, adorable kid, but she literally just looks like Kanye with a wig on. It's so funny. It's like, what if Kanye went trans back in the day? Maybe he would have ended up looking something like that. It's so funny. Again, adorable child. Just saying. Earlier this year, Ye accused the Kardashian star of attempting to block North's involvement on the tracks, sharing a since-deleted screenshot of a text on X where Kim allegedly told Ye that she sent paperwork over so North wouldn't be in the Diddy song to protect her. Yeah. The fact that this actually ended up happening is wild. You know, that Kim, obviously she doesn't have, you know, supreme entire 100% control over North, but I'm pretty surprised that the Kardashians let this happen at all because of how powerful they are. It just goes to show that, like, you know, you can't win every battle, huh? Can't win every PR battle. However, Ye was not happy with the update, allegedly replying, "Amend it or I'm going to war." This is what you're going to go to war over, dude. Like, insane, man. Insane. You gotta, dude, Kanye is so bad at picking his battles. "Amend it or I'm going to war and neither of us will recover from the public fallout." He is so, it's sad, man. Kanye is like, I wouldn't be surprised if he was actually suicidal. Like, the way that he's talking here, he's acting suicidal with his image. Like, he's ready to just end it all. Like, he does not care. So nihilist. He's willing to destroy his entire career. And I hope he's okay. I mean, obviously he's not the best he's ever been, but and obviously he's also like a fucking neo-Nazi, but I don't want him to die. Right? I don't want the man to die. So I do hope that he is in as good as health as possible. "You're gonna have to kill me." See, very extreme language there. Kim's rep did not respond to E! News' request for comment at the time. For more times, North stole the spotlight. Keep reading. Okay, that's not what we're here for. Birthday party shenanigans, birthday makeover. Just a bunch of kid stuff. Okay, so, yeah, that's the state of Kanye. He's putting his daughter on a Diddy song. Putting his daughter on a Diddy song. Yikes. Parent of the year, right? You know, and it is really sad. Unironically, I used to look up to Kanye as a father. You know, I used to be like, you know, he's crazy, he's losing his mind, he's, you know, wearing the red cap and wearing the White Lives Matter t-shirt, but at least he's a good father, you know, around up until like Donda came out. It's like, at least he loves his kids, and he genuinely seems like a happy, good dad, and his kids love him. At this point, I mean, he definitely loves his kids, but he is not like doing them any favors being around them, it seems, from what I can tell. Making decisions like that. It's sad, man. It's fucking sad. All right. We're moving on. Actually, we're just going to do a little pivot. We got some more Kanye stuff. I haven't talked about Kanye in a while, so we're going to hit 2 Kanye stories back to back here. This one is, let's just read the headline. Kanye West glorifies Hitler. Petition launched to remove rapper from Slovak festival. Now, this is a festival that's happening, a music fest in Europe. It's called, what is it called? Rubicon Festival. And this was posted June 26th. Let's read it. Organizers of next month's Rubicon Festival, widely promoted as Europe's biggest rap event, confirmed just 4 days ago that Kanye West would headline the lineup. That announcement has since ignited widespread outrage, largely due to the artist's history of praising Hitler and espousing openly anti-Semitic views. As of now, more than 5,000 individuals have signed a petition addressed to the mayor of Bratislava calling for West's removal from the festival roster. Quote, in his music, West glorifies the person of Adolf Hitler, the leader of the regime responsible for unleashing the largest military conflict in human history, responsible for millions of civilian deaths in the systemic extermination of nations, including the genocide unleashed against the Jewish population around the world, says the petition. Thanks for the reminder. It added, this musician is one of the world's most famous anti-Semites, as he himself confirmed on social networks, I am a Nazi and I love Hitler. That is it's a Kanye quote, people. Just a sobering reminder. The petition further noted that Bratislava appears to be the only European city willing to host West, calling the move, quote, unacceptable. I agree. Not because of his musical expression, it continued, but because of his dangerous public attitudes, which are in direct contradiction with European memory and historical responsibility. Just like for context, imagine how close to, Germany this festival would be taking place. Most of us are probably in America here, but, just keep in mind the context of where this festival would be taking place, how close to the sites of these atrocities. Like, it may not seem like a big deal here in America, or I'm assuming most watching are in America, but it's even more severe the closer you get to Germany, the more real it becomes. And so that's also why they probably get, it gets more sensitive the closer to Germany you get when talking about Nazism and Hitler and doing things like heiling Hitler, Nazi salutes and drawing swastikas and shit. People get more sensitive to that the closer to Germany you get, rightfully so. But so just imagine, you just gotta put into context where this festival will be taking place. Quote, not because of his musical expression, it continued, but because of his dangerous public attitudes, which are in direct contradiction with European memory and historical responsibility. The controversy follows West's May release of a track titled Heil Hitler, coinciding with the 80th anniversary of World War II's end. I didn't even know that. Was that on purpose? Did he purposefully coincide that release day with the end of World War II? I don't... Like I said, I've been out on the Kanye shit, so out. All the new songs, I have not listened to the Heil Hitler song. I've not listened to any of these new shitty ass, all the Dave Blunt's collabs and all the new pump fake album releases he's been doing. I haven't listened to any of it. The song reportedly samples one of Hitler's actual speeches. In the past, West has also been photographed wearing swastikas and has sold swastika-labeled merchandise on his website. Shout out the Super Bowl commercial. Shout out the Super Bowl for promoting Nazi fucking memorabilia, adding fuel to the fire in his inflammatory reputation. Despite growing backlash, Rubicon Festival organizers have stood by the decision to feature West. Damn, that's fucked up. We just want to bring in big names, not praise Hitler. Dude, what a... Dude, you sound so guilty. It sounds like you want to praise Hitler. With a statement like that. We just want to bring in big names, not praise Hitler. Then drop him. That's the only way to not be praising Hitler in this situation. They said in response to the criticism. Acknowledging the petition and previous statements made by West on social media, organizers also remarked he subsequently deleted his comments, publicly apologized, and admitted he needed time for self-reflection and professional help. Yeah, he's done that multiple times, and then he comes back heiling Hitler every single time. Not much longer after he does these apologies. He's definitely done it at least once, maybe twice, maybe more, where he goes, no, I actually love Jews now. And then a month later, he's making Heil Hitler. So, in a separate message, organizers insisted there is no procedural or legal basis to cancel his performance at this time. Yeah, just a moral one. The announcement has deeply divided Slovakian public opinion. In a sharply worded editorial, Bita Balagova, editor-in-chief of the liberal outlet SME, criticized the move. Culture should unite, not divide, say the organizers of the Rubicon Festival after they crossed the Rubicon and invited a man to Bratislava who also says good things about Hitler, she wrote. But it's hard to say how an anti-Semite and extremist can unite anyone except people who resonate with his hate speech, she added. Others online appeared more enthusiastic. The initial Instagram post revealing West's booking has garnered nearly 50,000 likes. Excuse me. Comments included praise such as I think we're going to have to I think we're going to have a generational concert and the genius is back. Right. And that's the end of that. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. Go sign the petition, I guess. Maybe let's see if can I find the petition? Can I do some deeper? Is there any external links out of here? I don't know. Let's see what I can find. Fest, Kanye petition. Okay, here's an article in The Guardian about the same shit. Maybe they have a link. So, a lot of the same stuff we just read. No actual petition, though. No actual petition. See here. I'm trying to find a link to the actual petition. I don't know. You know, I definitely recommend you go and try and do your own research. My fucking Euro News. Nobody has a link to the damn petition, huh? We're in good ass sub right now, so this is Kanye fans. I don't know. Maybe you can find it if you do your own research. I'm not finding it though. Also wondering if there's updated info. Like, did it? I don't think it. Nothing happened yet, but I'll keep us posted on the on this story. I guess. Well, I doubt that he'll actually get dropped. But it is, I guess, true that 5,000 signed this petition. Whatever. All right, we're moving on. This is a quick one, and it's probably too late to even really, do any good with this story. But Frank Ocean officially released the first ever vinyl edition of Channel Orange. This is a big deal to me. So I own a bootleg of this album on vinyl. One of my favorite albums of all time. It is my favorite Frank Ocean album. Maybe that's a hot take. I don't know. But you can now, or I imagine it's probably sold out at this point. But look at, I really just want to bring attention to this cover. New cover here. Fucking awesome. Like the stamp where Channel is like stamped in here. And then with these film photos. Teeth. Perfect teeth. Man says perfect teeth. So Frank Ocean has announced the first ever vinyl edition of his debut studio album, Channel Orange. The revered and elusive American singer-songwriter's Channel Orange originally released on digital and CD formats in 2012, garnering widespread critical acclaim that would come to encompass a prominent presence at the top of end-of-year album polls published by many music journalism outlets and multiple nominations at 2013's 55th Annual Grammy Awards. Retrospectively considered by many as one of the most crucial R&B albums of its decade, Channel Orange featured creative contributions from the likes of Andre 3000, Earl Sweatshirt, John Mayer, Tyler the Creator, and Pharrell Williams. So the newly announced vinyl edition of Channel Orange is priced at $69 plus shipping and available to purchase exclusively from Ocean's own Blonded website. The 2LP edition arrives with gatefold packaging and alternate artwork as seen above. Find further information here. It's probably sold out. Don't get your hopes up too high. Oh, okay. Oh, it's got a date and time here. Sold out. Yeah, sold out. But we can get a little. Oh, this is the blonde. That's cool. This is blonde. Godspeed and whatnot. But yeah, so sorry, a little late on this news, but hopefully the most diehard of fans caught this at the time. I love this song, dude. In My Room. I wish this whatever project he was cooking up here, in 2019. I wish it would have seen the light of day. It was like, all right, so you see these little pictograms down here? Each one was like a little picture for a song. So you can see this one's highlighted because this is the silhouette of this one. And he had a couple of these tracks. So here's another one. I think that's probably... Oh, it's not even... Oh, yeah, it's this one right here. You can see where my cursor is. This little... Two little arms and a little head. If you go up here, you can see that was this song. Race Car. Or I don't know. April. Something like that. So, and then Cayendo. Anyways, these songs were sounding great. I think he abandoned this album a long time ago at this point, but who knows? Maybe it'll see the light of day eventually or something. Anyways, I just wanted to shout that out. I love Channel Orange. It's a great album, so go listen to it if you haven't listened to it in a while. This is your reminder. Go listen to it. Moving on. Okay, this is a fun one. This is a really this is a fun one. Drake getting cooked on his new photo. So Drake posted this photo to Instagram. These abs, they're so, I mean, people are calling him out for them being fake. Now, there was already a rumor that Drake has fake abs. Famously, something Kendrick called him out for, I think, last year. Let's see if I can. There we go. And I think other people had called him out for it. And so Drake posted this photo on Instagram last week, and it really, they've got to be fake. I mean, that is not, like, we know. Drake, we know. We know. Okay, and the rumor's already out there, and then you're posting this shit, bro. I don't know. You tell me. Do you guys think that, are these fake? Are these fake abs? I didn't even know fake abs were a thing, to be honest, but if anybody's got access to it, it's Drake. Right, so let's see. Let's read some of these comments. Shout out Below the Hip Hop, by the way, great resource for current events and music, hip hop drops. It's a great source. But CC Nozabathia says, LMFAO, why doesn't he just stay low key and not post anything? Yeah, that's a great question. By the way, Drake did like some sort of live stream tonight, I'm pretty sure, and he also dropped a new single. Haven't listened to it yet. Maybe we can watch some of that live stream. We're going to check into that after this. I want to read some more comments here. I don't know about you, but if I get crazy rich, I'm getting fat. My six-pack is gone. Facts. I'm also laughing at the drugstore. Oops. Sorry, didn't mean to click on that. Arms sold separately. It's pretty funny. I'm also laughing at the drugstore booze collection. So we got Henny, Bacardi, J&B, Bombay. I mean, this is just run-of-the-mill. I mean, drugstore booze collection. It's definitely not like high-end or anything, but I don't know. Kendrick laughing. People with abs have a V shape, especially if you look at back definition. From his chest to stomach, it's the same width. That ain't how it works, brudda. Damn, man's getting forensic with it. Opening his comments up was an amazing decision. Okay, so maybe we should go to Drake's page itself. Okay, 1 second here. Let's see if the original is still up on Drake's. What is this shit? Champagne Poppy still? 142 million followers. So yeah, here's the new song, What Did I Miss? Alright, and here's the photo. 1.8 million likes, 30.9 thousand comments. Ordered abs from Temu and forgot to add shoulders and try. So, that's the top comment. There's definitely something like uncanny going on there. Yeah, it's the lack of definition anywhere else. That's what it is. And honestly, look at this left titty. There is a botched job on there. It looks like he got a mastectomy or whatever it's called, like a reverse mastectomy, or I don't know. Mastectomy? That's totally not the right word, but look, he got like a botched. There's something's not right with that, right? botched surgery going on there. Whoever he paid to delete comments been fighting for their life all night. If he do a sit-up, he's going to make a squeaky sound. Oh, here's Trippy Red. Built like Hulk Hogan. No shoulders, no biceps, deflated chest, but extremely defined abs. Yeah, that's my takeaway from this. Like, this is so silly, dude. Why would you post this? If you're going to do this, why would you post this? At least do some bench presses for like a couple months. Because the arms, they're not selling it. They're not selling it. Oh, shit. He also posted a second slide with him jogging. What the hell, dude? That's so funny. The jogging. Yeah, man. You ain't convincing anybody, dog. The boot? That's so ugly, man. I'm sorry. This is ugly. And it looks like a Jersey Mike's sub sandwich. Okay, now that's something I can get behind. This is a post I can get behind. Right? This is a vibe I can get behind right here. So yeah, if you were wondering what's Drake up to, just a bunch of that. But we can actually get a look at what Drake's up to, because he did a YouTube live stream tonight, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what it was. I saw it earlier. He did like a premiere, but it was like an hour before the premiere, so I wasn't sure what it was gonna be. Here it is. Yeah, Drake. What did I miss? Iceman episode 1. Would Drake claim me for watching a live stream? Oh, it's not. Well, where is it? It's just not available now. It was called like Iceman episode 1 or something like that. Is Iceman the new album? Okay, well, this is what... Oh, here. Full live stream. This is like a rip, I guess. Shout out Angelo. Posted this 2 hours ago. I just kind of want to pop in and see what's going on here. Yeah, so he's definitely probably going to be dropping an album called Iceman. This is all promo here. Iceman. Packaged ice, dry ice, ice sculptures. Going for ice vibe. It's just a live stream in an ice manufacturing plant. Okay? Very avant-garde. Actually, very Frank Ocean of him, to be honest. This is something reminiscent of... What was that? You know, that live stream album Frank Ocean did right before Blonde. Blanking on the name of it, but... It was just this. Oh, here he is. It's Drake! We the North. Dude, do you think Drake's gonna pop in? There's Drake! Oh my god! Oh my god, it's Drake! He's making what is that, like Mexican food? Or breakfast? Is it eggs or something?
City is mine right here. Drake. It's the future right here. Gonna lock Tio down for the next 15 summers.
Some classic Drake promo.
Girls and music.
Looking like Birdman. Just a history lesson, right? Drake's just giving us a quick history lesson. He's like, I think everybody forgot where I came from, bro.
To my boy Nelly. But I'm in the studio writing, you know what I'm saying?
Drake's, we got history in the building, bro.
I'm trying to put him on. I don't know if Nick told you, but I write all
I clown Drake.
You know
what I'm saying? For obvious reasons.
Yo, you're co-signing Le Chateau, eh? Oh, it is. I'm ready, man. It's your boy, man. I shop there. I cop there. It doesn't stop there. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you about my city.
Hey, this looks like the concert where he groped a 17-year-old.
I feel like I say city mine, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not even joking, it does. It might be the same concert. I don't know. He would be the guy to post a clip from that as like a quote unquote troll, but really he just looks like a fucking weirdo pedo. Oh, okay, I don't know why I'm watching academic. Are those guns? Bro, Drake did not. Damn, he laid out all the guns like a fucking mass shooter. So I guess okay, yeah, right here.
Yo, you're co-signing.
So he debuts a new song. He's just sitting at work. Drake, he's just like us, man. He's like a blue collar, down to earth. Like if he wasn't Drake, he would be he's just like one of the boys. What did I miss? By the way, dude, the hilarity of Drake's new single being titled "What Did I Miss?" as if he wasn't watching with a microscope every single little thing that was happening since he got bodied by Kendrick. We know he's been watching and waiting. Like, he didn't really disappear. Like, if he wanted to say, "What did I miss?" and for it to be like believable, he could have disappeared. He should have disappeared for like 5+ years. You know, even if none of the Kendrick shit happened, artists, they disappear for 5-10 years and they come back and it's great for their career. So, you know, Drake could have used that even before all the Kendrick shit. So he's going to disappear. He's going to get bodied by Kendrick, disappear for less than a year, and then reappear acting as if he was gone and missed something. Like, bro, you didn't miss anything. We've been... Nothing's changed, dude. It's so funny. He's such a cornball. It's hilarious. Like, dude, he's the Hassan of fucking rap. He's literally the Hassan of rap. And I take that how you like, but he really is. He really is. Man, just Playboi Carti's album is just the most recent showing of how the broader hip-hop community does not fuck with Drake. Like, everybody keeps ganging up together on the biggest album of the year to basically shit on Drake. And then Drake does the TikTok dance, the little fucking... He's so corny.
What did I miss? What did I miss?
This would have been way cooler without the stupid ass guns, bro. He mass shooter vibes, dude. School shooter vibes. Why? School shooter vibes. Why? Red flags, dude. Red flags.
What did I miss? What did I miss? Let's go.
I don't know. Is he gonna claim me for watching this? Probably. So the Iceman, the most boring promo ever. This sucks. This is not. I don't get it. Like, I know people are gonna say, "Oh, you're just a Kendrick fan. You're just a Drake hater, Kendrick fan." But like, no. Like, all of that aside, this is garbage promo. This is garbage. It's an hour of nothing, dude. He's wasting people's time. This is a waste of time. This is a waste of time. All of this 1 hour stream to just to play a 2-minute song. Nothing else, dude. A waste. If I was a fan, I'd be like, bro, why'd you waste my time? Because I would probably watch the whole thing, and I'd be like,
come on, trust me. Yes, bro. Yes, bro.
Oh, right. We actually do have something here. So I don't know if this was pre-recorded or not. it was meant to look like it's not pre-recorded. But apparently he gets in like a fight with a random person. Drake cusses someone out on live stream. So I've got that. I had that pulled up already. So that's where this is happening here. I'm going to go ahead and give this a downvote because that's stupid. Let's see Drake cussing someone out.
So where? So what then? So what then, big dog? Don't look away now, pussy. Don't look away now. Don't look away now. Don't get shy now. We'll fold that up right now.
Nerd. Stop it. Stop it, man.
Yeah. Blessings. Blessings. Big up yourself.
This is so I'm going to guess that this was, I may be wrong, but I'm guessing that this was pre-recorded. It doesn't seem like an actual live stream. I think it was meant to look like it was in real time, but I don't think it was. But even if it was or it wasn't, Drake is obviously like, he's trying to do something for the camera. He's doing something for the camera. He's trying to, hey, no, bro. He's puffing up his feathers for the camera, dude. It's so fucking silly, man. Oh my god. Iceman. Was he trying to, is he trying to recapture the Jumpman hype? Jumpman. Iceman. So probably new music from Drake, maybe? New album titled Iceman, maybe? I don't know. This is Iceman episode 1. So there's for sure at least going to be more episodes of this show. Whatever the fuck it is. I hope not. That was the worst show ever. Nothing. There was no dialogue. In 1 hour, we got one song. And then a bunch of still shots of literally nothing. W rollout is the top comment. So I sorely disagree, but whatever. That's pretty funny. Okay. I'm making sure that I think I hit everything in the top of the show here. Oh, I got one more little story I want to read, and I'll get to that. Oh, by the way, I don't want to forget about this. I had a thought tonight that I want to get off my chest. So I was sitting in Johnny's Tavern just like an hour or two ago with my wife, with my daughter, and we were sitting there and they were playing some old hip hop tracks. Okay, they were actually playing a lot of Drake. A lot of like Take Care Drake and a lot of like Young Money type of shit and some like Nicki Minaj and like 2014 Lil Wayne and 2011-ish type of Young Money. And it dawned on me because we were in Johnny's Tavern. It's 4th of July. By the way, I didn't even say it. Happy 4th of July. But kind of in like the suburbs of Missouri and like a lot of like Trump supporters, that kind of vibe. And most of the people in there, it wasn't too many people in there, but most of the people in there were like obviously of the Trump cut, right? Frat boy-ish, kind of country in a way. But they were just like playing all this Drake, and then every couple of songs or every few songs they'd play a country song. And it dawned on me, dude, Drake at this point, I was like, why are they like all these I was like, oh, these Trump supporters, they're probably hating all this like hip hop and shit. And then it dawned on me like, wait, no, they love this because Young Money and Drake it's just frat rap now. It's just frat rap. Old Young Money and Drake is just frat rap, and it's just as akin to like country music, and like, you know, you could play it in tandem with country songs back to back. You could play a Take Care track and then you could play a Luke Bryan track or some shit, and it would make sense. And that's because the frat communities, they love that shit. And I think that's so fucking funny. And it's so true. And also, wasn't Drake just at a Morgan Wallen concert? I think it makes so much sense to me. And so honestly, you know, Drake, if he wants to embrace that side of his fandom, all power to him. I mean, if that there's probably a lot of money there, and he's probably feeling pretty stung by the hip hop community at large. So if he leans into that, I don't blame him, and it'll actually be like nice. It's like, oh well, that's kind of makes more sense than leaning into like Atlanta hip trap, right? For Drake, he's closer to Morgan Wallen than he is to Atlanta trap at this point. I just thought that was a funny observation. But okay, so I've got a little story here. I actually kind of stumbled upon this organically in a way. First, I saw this, I don't know what to call this, Instagram post. It's a story, right, of the only one copy of Once Upon a Time in Shaolin by Wu-Tang, right? This is the $1 million Wu-Tang album, famous for being bought by Martin Shkreli in 2015 for $2 million, actually. So, shout out Fantastics Collect and Music Nation HQ. They made this little post of the $4 million one-of-one Wu-Tang album no one can hear until the year 2103. And if you're a hip-hop fan, you know about this album. But you've probably never heard it, like me. I've never heard it, obviously. And so, I have a lot of questions. I'm obviously very curious what it sounds like. It's got to be pretty good, right? Housed in a silver box and recorded in secret over 6 years from 2006, it was created as a protest against cheapening of music in the streaming age. In 2015, it sold for $2 million to Martin Shkreli, the disgraced pharma exec infamous for price gouging a life-saving drug. At one point, he even listed the album on eBay. Excuse me. Bids hit over $1 million. I can't read. Bids hit over $1 million, but the sale never closed. After his conviction for securities fraud, the FBI seized the album as an asset. In 2021, it changed hands again, this time bought by crypto art collective Pleaser DAO for $4 million. Still locked under a contract that forbids public release until 2103, it remains one of the most controversial hip-hop albums in history. Part protest, part provocation, part collectible. So, obviously very sought after. Everybody would like to hear it. I remember seeing this photo here of the beautiful silver casing when it was first announced back in 2014 or whatever. So it's a piece of hip-hop history. Here's RZA holding it. It's bigger than I imagined, actually, with the white gloves and all. Here is, Wu-Tang, I guess, huddled around a iPod. There's the smaller version. Here's Martin Shkreli. Yep, he bought it. There's him holding it. He actually owned it. And then he also got arrested. And now the FBI owns it. So, quite a hilariously, just what... They should make a movie out of this. This is fucking awesome. They should totally make a movie out of the Wu-Tang album, just, following the Wu-Tang album. And now it's, owned by the FBI. I guess... I'm sure someone else has had that idea. They're just waiting for, the final... who's going to end up with it in the end? Is it going to be released to the masses before 2103? Maybe once that happens, the movie can be made. But the real reason we're talking about this is because this top comment here on my page, it's the top comment for me, is by Almighty M80, good friend of the show, Almighty M80. Shout out the A&R extraordinaire. He says, I've heard the album and can personally vouch for its greatness. The track with Cher is out of this world incredible. Just wish it was me who ended up owning it, as I had plans that would have put it in the fans' hands way sooner than 2100 or whatever. So, if you know about Almighty M80, you know that he's pretty credible. He's pretty damn credible. I certainly do believe that he has heard it. Here's somebody, growing up _Philly pod goes, yeah, I don't believe that. How a collective that has had maybe 2 classics make an album so good that it was never released, yeah, nah. So yeah, I don't know if this guy doesn't believe that Almighty has heard it or if it was good. It sounds like he just doesn't believe that it was good. Which, why wouldn't it be good? I mean, I believe it's good. Almighty then he claps back going, when I want your unwarranted opinion, I'll ask for it. Oh, that's good. My comment said I heard the album and I personally loved it. Doesn't mean you will. It means I did. This guy goes, no, you haven't. LOL, why don't you put a wager on that? You don't know who this guy is, do you? I can tell you, sir, you will lose that bet. Oh, he's replying to Rant Records there. That's so cool. Yeah, so, I mean, obviously, Almighty M80 has credibility. And I do believe that it's a good album. I believe M80 saying that it is incredible. I would love to hear it. I just thought that was very interesting. I've never known somebody who has actually heard it. You know, obviously, nobody's heard it. Like, a handful of people have heard it. So, to know somebody that has heard it is pretty cool. Maybe one day the rest of us will get to listen. One day soon, maybe, hopefully. Probably won't be soon, but maybe one day. How are we doing? How are we doing? I know it's late. Really, I do it for the clips. You know, we do it for the highlights, not for the live streams, to be real, right? Because I'd be streaming late. Maybe one day I'll be able to stream earlier. In the future, I'll be able to start streaming my streams earlier, but this is the time I can do it, so this is when I do it, right? But we did a bunch of the top of the show stuff, and now we've made it into the portion where I go over my 2025 halftime report. Now, this is very special. This is very special. We only get 2 of these a year. I do it in June, and then I do it in December at the end of the year. Well, really January. I do it after December. I do the 2025, or I do the halftime report at the end of June, and then at the end of the year, I do the year-end report. Now, obviously, this is only my second year doing YouTube, but I've been doing this for myself all decade in this like systematic way. So I've got 2020, 21, 22, 23, 24, and now 25. I've got all of my lists from the whole decade. So maybe one day we'll actually have done a video where I did my best albums of the decade, which is a conglomeration of all of my year-end reports. So the year-end reports are structured a little differently. You can watch my 2024 year-end report. It's in my opinion a great video, and you can see I break it down how I build that list and everything. But for the halftime reports, it's a little different. It's a little slimmed down compared to the year-end reports. The way I build the halftime report is I pick 6 albums that are I pick 6 hip-hop albums, and I pick 6 non-hip-hop albums that are my favorite. Like I said at the beginning of the stream, this is a hip-hop biased YouTube channel. So we have half of the list is going to be comprised of hip-hop albums. The other half is all the other genres, basically. Anything that's not hip-hop. To be honest, some of those non-hip-hop albums are like hip-hop adjacent with rapping on them and whatnot, but these are my favorite albums so far in 2025. Let's get into it. I made a nifty little PowerPoint. Oops. Well, there, you got a preview. But hopefully you didn't see. Okay. Wait a second. What the fuck? I don't want to show the next slide. I don't want to show the clock. I don't want to show the ready to advance indicator. I just want to show the current slide. Okay? What the fuck? Hold on. I'm trying to present this from fucking Keynote. There we go. Okay. There we go. Beautiful. Okay. 2025 halftime report. Let's put me in the center here. I can live, I don't know, what do you think? Down here? I'm very excited. Okay, so just a little heads up here. I've spent the last couple of weeks putting together this list. I knew which albums I wanted to include basically, but I went through it and kind of scanned each album. I give each album a run through, or like a re-listen, if you will, kind of scan through them. Didn't listen to every single second of every single album, but like I said, this is just a halftime report, so I didn't feel the need to sit down and really listen to each second of each project. I had a feeling, a general feeling of where I was going to land, but I had a list of like contenders, right? I was like, it's going to be 6 of these and 6 of these, as far as like 6 of these hip-hop albums and 6 of these non-hip-hop albums. And I whittled it down from there, right? So, in alphabetical order, starting with the album Bon Iver, Sable Fable. Okay, this is a fantastic Bon Iver record. My favorite of his since 22 A Million in 2016. Definitely my favorite record of his since then. And it is very reminiscent of that album. Even so, he dives further into this cabin in the woods vibe, as he put it in a recent interview when he was promoting this album. He mixes the cabin in the woods with alternative, I don't know, it's not alternative rock, but just like alternative. It's very like electronic cabin in the woods, right? But light touches on the electronic, very more heavy touches on the cabin in the woods, which those are his words and not mine, but it is very apt. It's a very apt description, so I appreciate him describing it that way. So if you like his previous work, in my opinion, the album before this, I, not as great. It's gotten better with time, in my for sure. Like I've liked it. It's grown on me. Not that I hated it at first or anything, but I've come to appreciate it more with time. But this one is like, oh yeah, this is what I wanted. This is what I wanted from Bon Iver. It's not that I just lost a taste for Bon Iver. It's just that Sable Fable is genuinely like a better offering from him than I, which came out in like 2019, I believe. So, and it's cool the way that this album is structured. It's the first 4 songs are an EP that were released last year called Sable, the Sable EP, and then he tacked on another 9 songs, which is like the Fable portion. So Sable, Fable. Sable is the EP, the first 4 songs. Fable is the album portion of it, which is 9 songs. So I thought that was a unique structuring of an album. Very different. I hadn't seen that structure before, and I like it. I like it when you listen to the first 4 songs. It's like, okay, that was its own section, almost like an intro to the rest of the album, or like a prologue to the full story, which is Fable. And that's probably the idea there. Sable, I don't know what Sable means exactly, but Fable is certainly like the story, right? So it makes sense. It's like it's got a prologue and then a fable. It's beautiful album. I highly recommend it. It's very lovely. The songs one of the songs are ringing in my head right now. It features Dijon. So if you know who Dijon is, I thought that was cool. It also features one of the Haim sisters, I believe. Let's check actually. Let me check. I think I'll even play a little snippet of the song that I've got stuck in my head here. If this shit will load. We've got all night here, people. I've got all night, so don't worry. And you only wanna be you.
I tell you that I'm not slipping. Tell me not a thing.
Yeah, So, you know, a little teaser there, a little taster there. What was I looking up though? I can't even remember what I was looking up at this point, but damn, I know I was looking up something, but you know, that's a little teaser taster there of the album. Oh geez, 1 second. Next up, after Bon Iver, next album on the list of 2025 Halftime Report 12 best albums of the year so far. FKA Twigs with her album Eusexua. This is a techno pop kind of project here. Very out there, very alien, but very fun and very sensual as well. But definitely my favorite FKA Twigs project maybe ever. And I've been a listener of FKA Twigs for like 10 years now. Have liked her earlier work like LP and EP1 and EP2 and LP, those kind of projects. And then she dropped what was it, Magdalena or whatnot in 2019. I even saw her in concert. I went to fucking Flognaw in LA in like 2019 or 2020. It was before COVID, so 2019. And saw FKA Twigs there, and great performance. So I was very far away, but you know, I'm a big fan of her work. And this album, I'm saying all that to say that this might be my favorite project of hers. Every song, nearly every song is, you know, just very, it's just oozing with passion, and it really just like, the shit is on point. I don't know how else to put it. I highly recommend it. Possibly my favorite project of hers, and that's coming from a longtime fan of hers. But really, like, she's kind of the album front. You know, she has a lot of good songs, but the albums have not always been as solid as I would like them to be. But this one is, so I'm very happy about it. It's a great listen. I highly recommend it. I want to give a little sneak peek of each of these albums here, because why not? You know, trying to give some little samples. Of some of my favorite tracks. Let's find a good one. Do I have any in here? Nope. I know this one's good. This one has... So we talked about Northwest a minute ago. This is featuring Northwest. So look out for her. You know, she's coming up in the industry for sure. So very fun track. Like I said, very fun. Sticky? Wait. There's another really... Yeah, Room of Fools is the other one I would highly recommend. Room of Fools. I love this beat. So shout out FKA Twigs with the fire new album. All right, moving on. Moving on here. Best albums of 2025 so far. 12 best albums of 2025 so far. This is the next one up. It's just in alphabetical order here. Next album up, we got Kevin Abstract's Blush. I just did the live reaction to it on the last Scratched Up Live, number 40. Honestly, kind of, I mean, I was very, 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 very happy with it. Pleasantly surprised with the quality of it. I have high expectations from Kevin Abstract, obviously because of coming off of Brockhampton and whatnot. His previous solo project before Blush was just okay. It's grown on me a bit, but Blush is a return to form. Our goat is not washed, I read that comment on somewhere, maybe on the Brockhampton subreddit or something. It was like, my goat is not washed. And it's so true. And, you know, if you want my full thoughts on it, you can go watch my live reaction to it from last week. But it's so good. And it kind of immediately cemented a spot on this list here for me. And this is in the non-hip-hop section of the list. So just an FYI, this is not a hip-hop album. But there is a lot of rapping on it. There are hip-hop tracks on it, you know, tracks that lean in just like the hip-hop realm of things. But all in all, it's not a hip-hop album. It's an alternative album kind of deal. So shout out Kevin. I love Maroon. That's probably my favorite track. I had to pick a favorite track because he made a post saying comment your favorite track, and so I had to figure it out real quick, and I kind of came to the conclusion that right off the bat, my favorite track is Maroon. It's so beautiful, dude. Au revoir, goodbye, so long, farewell. So yeah, shout out Kevin with the Return to Form fucking album. One of the best of the year so far. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. And this NOLA track, which I'm realizing now is I guess that means New Orleans, Louisiana. NOLA. NOLA. This song it's grown on me so much. Like, it starts off kind of like, I don't know, like, is this song gonna be good or not? Like, it's kind of annoying almost. The start of it almost seems like it could easily be annoying. But the longer the song goes on, by the end of it, I'm like, wow. Every time I listen to it, I'm so sold. By the end of it, I'm like, wow. So this one's fresh on my mind because I just listened to it.
If not, she wanna fuck, get in the room, take off myself. I wanna share myself.
So dope. And it's the only one like that on the album. But shout out Blush. Shout out Kevin. Again, he reposted one of my videos in his Discord like the week before this album drops. So he's a friend of the show. He's a friend of the show, okay? That's all it takes. Au revoir. So long. Farewell. All right. I can see it coming. I have to get serious here. Next album. Drum roll, please. Drum roll, please. 1 second here. Next album. I'm going to just hit it. I know it's anticipation is high. Like I said, I've got all night here. It's 2:09 a.m. But we've got all night here, so. Three, two, one. Wait, what the fuck? It lets me edit in this view. Okay, I can edit, I guess. 3, 2, 1. Balloonerism. What is there to say about this? I mean, what else can I say about it? It is such a gift. This album is such a gift. Who knew that we would actually get it in such an official format? Who knew that this would come? I mean, I'm at a loss for words at it. I can't stop listening to it. It set the tone for the year for me musically. This was the first album. I think it's the first album in my 2025 playlist. And as soon as I heard it for the first time, I was like, you know, anything else that comes after this, it's got to stack up to Balloonerism. That's the standard for me in 2025. And it's been like that the whole year. So this was always going to make this list. There's basically like a 99.99% chance it's going to make my year end list. And you gotta go listen to it. I mean, it's like a time capsule. It was recorded in a very small amount of time, like a 2-week period in 2013 or 2014. Dropped, or was kind of created and formulated around the same time. In my favorite era of Mac Miller's creative career, right around Faces. That's my favorite Mac Miller project. So this album is so special to me. My favorite artist, arguably my favorite artist of all time. rest in peace, gone too soon. Mac Miller. And then my favorite song on it, it's hard to pick one, but Stoned is kind of like
It breaks down the pain.
an obvious standout for me. Just give a little.
With the music, she watch translation.
Yeah, that guitar, that it's so impactful. It's so impactful. And the whole premise of this album is it's an album about suicide. Like all of the songs are like very much it's about a person committing suicide. By the end of it, the person commits suicide. When you have that in mind and you listen to it, it's so sad, dude. This album, and then with obviously in the context of Mac Miller's death, it is just so sad. The songs bring me to tears almost instantly. And then I bought this album on vinyl, which doesn't mean much to anybody else, but it's so special. So I love owning this album. I love that this album exists. Thank you to the estate of Mac Miller for making it happen. They've handled Mac's legacy with so much grace and care. As a fan, I'm just very grateful. Just so grateful for that. It's amazing. Shout out Mac Miller. We love him. We love his legacy. All right. Next project. We got a lot of ground to cover, so we have to continue. The next project on the list, the best albums of 2025. All right, Mariba's The Breeze Grew a Fire. So this is a R&B artist. I guess you could classify it as R&B. And it is just sensual, and it's beautiful. Her voice is gorgeous, and the melodies, I don't know, I just really connect with the melodies on this project. It's beautiful. Let's get a little sample of it. Maybe you don't know who she is. I am not super familiar with her, to be honest. I don't even know how much of her music I have, but I've been really loving this album since it came out this year. So yeah, I've got this one. So this Azib EP came out in 2021, which I have a song from, and then The Jungle Is the Only Way Out in 2019, which I have it added in my library, but can't really recall it. But the Breeze Grew a Fire, she was enough on my radar for me to want to check out this album, and it caught me by surprise. It's fantastic. Let's see if there's a song I want to play from it. I mean, I'm going to play something, but if I got any standouts in my special playlists here. So Heart of a Child is a good song. Sanctuary is another good one.
Much but my sanctuary. Deep in my sanctuary.
Counterfeit. So these songs, I just keep coming back to them. And really, I've got this handful in here, but I need to, excuse me, more of the songs from the album belong in here, to be honest. I've re-listened to it since, and it's great. It's great. It's one of the best to come out this year. Highly recommend it. Again, not super familiar with Mariba. She's one of these artists that's like a breakout star of the year so far for me, so it's cool. I like when this happens. It usually does. I've got my ear to the grindstone, so I'm not putting anybody above anybody else. I'm just listening for what is the best music, What is the best music? And sometimes my favorite artists drop it, and sometimes they don't. Sometimes it's random people that I wasn't expecting. And that's the fun of it all, right? That's the fun of it. All right, so yeah, Mariba, The Breeze Grew a Fire. One of my favorite albums to come out this year. Also, another of one of my favorite albums to come out this year is Showbiz by Mike. So yes, this is a fantastic hip hop record. It's a very almost bloated album, but that doesn't really take away from this project. In most cases, a bloated project kind of is a negative, but if it's kind of bloated, but every song or nearly every song is impactful and meaningful, is that a bad thing? You know, it's like it's stuffed with so many amazing songs. It's like, is that a bad thing? So 24 tracks here, but it's only 48 minutes, so it's not. I say bloated, but it's not super long. It's not too long. It's just a lot of individual tracks here, but just a fantastic offering from Mike. If you're not familiar with him, he is a very it's easy to compare him to Earl Sweatshirt. That's the obvious comparison that most people are going to make right off the bat. So, you know, it's good to just get that comparison out of the way, but it's not 100% accurate. They are kind of similar, but I would honestly say that Earl kind of bit from Mike more than Mike bit from Earl. But they kind of have inspired each other at the same time. So it's not like one is biting the other. They've done quite a few, multiple collaborations at this point, and they seem to be on good terms as far as I can tell. So this is, as far as Mike goes, one of his best projects, in my opinion, of his in a long time. He kind of consistently drops like one, if not two projects a year, at least one project a year. And it's easy to kind of feel stale, and it's easy to feel like Mike is getting a bit stale with his projects. Not that he's gotten bad, or not that the quality of his releases has gone down or anything, but just kind of like too much of the same. But this one stands out to me. This one really, truly does stand out to me. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know why. Maybe I was just thirsty for some Mike, but at the same time, he's dropped another project since this one came out, Pinball 2, but that one's not as good as this one. So I think this one's just really hitting for me, and I think it's his best offering in a minute, for sure. Okay, sorry about that. Had to take care of some business. You know what it is. It's dad life. So yeah, Showbiz by Mike. Here, let's get a teaser taster. What's a good one here? I mean, there's lots of good ones. I keep checking my rotation and screenshots playlist for, I know I got some of these. Yeah, here we go. So Bear Trap and A Rock are two of my favorites from the Mike.
But I guess you bound to hate the shit that you was for is fair.
So yeah, very lax. If you're looking for some chill hip hop to like nod off to study to, this is like good study music as far as hip hop goes.
That sour taste bitter, how I'm more villain than mature friend.
Meditation music. Here's The Rock.
Purchase your tracks today.
I love this beat, dude. It's so nostalgic, bro. This beat feels so like from a different time.
Sometimes I feel like I'm holding on me, I'm rocking with you. Need you playing my bro and they start dropping quicker. My papa okay that dope, he want me to drop it with you. This life I'm living unholy, I ain't no prophet, nigga. I'm trying to get this shit over.
So yeah, good shit. Make sure you listen to it. Also, like I said, shout out Pinball 2 as well. But it's not as good as Showbiz. Pinball 2 came out earlier this year. I'll show you. Mike and Tony Seltzer. It's pretty good as well, but not as good as Showbiz. So Mike, he's actually having a pretty good year in my opinion. A highlight year in comparison to the last couple of years in his output. Okay. Next project coming up. 20 12 best albums of 2025 so far. Mike Schaub with Shab Van Gogh. Okay, so Mike Schaub is a Canadian rapper from I don't know what province, but I've been listening to him since 2023. He had a EP come out with Nicholas Craven. Okay, and that put me onto him. I checked him out because of the Nicholas Craven collab. Didn't know who he was. Knew who Nicholas Craven was. Checked out the EP. Was very impressed with the hip hop. With the rapping, with the hip hop. Very impressed with the rapping. It was giving me early Joey Badass vibes at the time, like just with the effortlessness, with the smoothness. Just bars, like clever bars, that type of thing. Not trying too hard, just like effortlessly cool. And then in 2024, he dropped a project called Suicide 3, which ended up making my albums of the year list. Okay, and it is a fantastic album. Spelled Suicide, SEWASID. I believe that's how it's spelled, 3. And it is fantastic. It's a little bit on the long side. It's a longer album, at least in comparison to Shab Van Gogh here, which came out earlier this year. So by the time 2025 came around, I was, following him on social media, keeping up with him very much in my highly anticipated new rappers. He's in my lookout, on my radar, right? As one might say. And then he starts dropping singles for the Shab Van Gogh album very early in the year. It drops, and it's been one of my favorites since it dropped instantaneously, immediately. This is an album that I was waiting for at the bit. I knew it was coming out, very excited. It was the first thing I listened to the night it came out. And it is still one of my favorite projects to come out so far this year. Hopefully it ends up in my year-end list. But it's for sure ending up here in my halftime report. So it's, I've kind of done a bit of explaining of what the music sounds like. Let's give it a little sample of it. Let me give you a little sample. I've got lots of songs from this in my playlist. This is one of my most listened to projects this year. It's got to be up in the top 3. This track is titled Van Gogh. By the way, he has a disability. He's missing one of his ears, which is the whole Van Gogh theme here, which I didn't realize this until this year when this album came out, and I kind of put it all together, and I saw him on Instagram, and he was missing an ear. But check this.
Easy. Police always trying to harass a nigga, trying to shake me. Niggas be on IG threatening me. Shit don't faze me. Niggas always trying to find me. Damn.
So fucking smooth. It's like butter. And these songs are very different. They're very different. Okay, they're not like Danny Brown kind of different. It's not like he has some wacky kind of voice going on, but the beats are not very typical. They're dope. They're dope as fuck. But they're not very typical, and maybe it takes some getting used to. I don't know where people are at exactly, but if you like someone like Z Loopers, you're gonna fuck with this, I think, in my opinion.
Not to pay up. I don't care about what you got going with my paper. Don't bring your bitch around, cause I'm trying to see what niggas about. They all say the same shit. They all say, baby, you're the best.
Butter, dude. Fucking butter. Another one, Can't Wait. This one's got this Jamaican tropical vibe going on, this island vibe, and I love it, dude. This is a summer track. This is when you play on the beach.
Nowadays I'm wearing orange. Fuck me a little tight, I'm a real city boy. I'm trying to pay her face, this ain't no Benji Moore. I'ma shoot my shot, I'ma pick my boys. I'm trying for this bitch, I cannot wait no more. I'm trying for this bitch until my wing be sore. Every day.
Yeah, so fantastic. This album is just front to back. It's fantastic. And like I said, it's shorter. So Suicide 3, his project from last year, it's more bloated than this one. This one is very concise. By the end of it, you're like, I want more. It almost feels too short because it is so good, in my opinion. So, shout out, Mike Shab. We're moving on. 12 best albums of the year so far. Continuing on, this is alphabetical order. Playboi Carti. Music, the Sorry for the Wait edition. This edition this is like the deluxe, right? It's got 3 extra tracks on it. Fuck on My DJ, which is one that he played at some shows. And then it's also got 2 tracks that he dropped on YouTube last year in 2024, which, if you're a Playboi Carti fan, you've been on those tracks. You know about those tracks. So that's why I'm including the Sorry for the Wait edition, because I like that those songs have a home. Okay, so Playboi Carti, controversial person at this point. We've covered the crimes, or the alleged crimes. We've covered the police cam footage. We've done our due diligence here on the channel. You should go watch it. Type in, I don't know, go to YouTube. We're on YouTube, but go to the search bar and type in Quarter Day Recordings Playboi Carti. Just type in that. You'll probably find it. We watched the entire police cam footage of his baby mama calling the police and telling them that he choked her. So certainly controversial. We do not condone any of his alleged crimes, obviously. I don't condone Carti's behavior in any way. Honestly, he's probably a piece of shit. But with that being said, this album is fantastic, and I would be lying if I did not recognize it. All right. I re-listened to it. It is very long, so talk about bloated. This thing is very long. A lot of songs on it, at the very least. I don't know how long it is exactly. It is probably very long, actually, right? Really? I can't type in music Playboi and get it? Alright. So this thing is an hour and a half, so yes, it is very long. It's 34 songs, right? So the Sorry for the Wait edition, it adds those 3 extra songs on it. But they are all worth it, in my opinion. Now, not every song is going to be hitting every single time exactly, but when I give this thing an honest listen, it is, for being as long as it is very impressive. It's very entertaining, front to back. Very entertaining front to back. So if I'm feeling like sitting down and watching a movie length, listening to a movie length's worth of music, which I kind of rarely do at this point, I just don't have the time in one sitting. But this is an album I would certainly feel like putting on, just to sit down to listen to music for an hour and a half and do nothing else. So I don't know, guys. Not condoning his behavior, but I have to admit, music does live up to the hype. Even so much so that I'm willing to throw on the 3 extra songs on this already incredibly bloated album for the Sorry for the Wait edition. That's what I am going to recommend, that deluxe version specifically. So yeah, I don't know. And with the Kendrick Lamar features, I mean, the Future and the Travis Scott features and the Kendrick Lamar features, I mean, it is another one of these showings, like I mentioned earlier in the Drake segment, when we were talking about Drake earlier. This is just another stomping of Drake, where another instance, another showing of the industry, the hip-hop community, the hip-hop industry coming together almost in a way against Drake. Not necessarily like very specific on this album exactly, but I mean, it's just the same group of artists, this time with Playboi Carti in the mix and some others. Very antagonistic to Drake. It's just, the lines are drawn in the sand. It's so very clear. The lines are drawn in the sand, and like the entire rap industry has joined in against Drake at this point. It doesn't, that's kind of an aside, to be honest, but I can't help but point it out. All right, so what's a good one? So some of my songs from this one, I actually have a lot. I've been listening to a lot of songs from this one. So, like, for example, I've got 4 of these tracks in my I posted Olympian on Instagram today because I posted it for the promotion for this video, actually for this live stream. I tagged the song Olympian in it. It's like a classic Playboi Carti track. I've loved Playboi Carti's music, at least some of it. At least like Die Lit since Die Lit came out. So it's hard for me to not be happy about these tracks because it's been a while since we've gotten Playboi Carti that sounds like that. And then so I also want to shout out Like Wheezy. This is probably my favorite beat on the project. Shout out Kelvin Crash, who produced it. Kelvin's worked with A$AP Rocky. He worked on A$AP Rocky. He worked with A$AP Rocky on Crash Dummy or whatever the fuck that album is. Testing. So that's one of my favorite tracks on this project. And then Mojo Jojo with Kendrick, of course, you know. This is one of the best rap albums of the year. It just is. It just is. Okay. Who am I? I am not a liar. Who am I but not a liar? Right? So I will not tell a lie. But let me give an obligatory fuck Playboi Carti's crimes. Fluck Payboy. Fluck Payboy. Okay, I'll just leave it at that. Fluck Payboy. Next up, we got Rome Streets and Conductor Williams with their collab album Train Spotting. Okay, maybe you haven't listened to this one. It's kind of a bit of an underground hip-hop project, but not too underground. I mean, Rome Streets, Conductor Williams, he's actually from Kansas City. Shout out Kansas City. I'm sitting in Kansas City right now. And Rome Streets, who is a Griselda artist, practically. I'm pretty sure he signed to Griselda, Westside Gun, and them. Westside Gun and them. And Conductor Williams is a frequent Westside Gun and Griselda collaborator as well. But they released this Train Spotting album, and it is so good. Okay, so I compared Mike Schaap to Joey Badass, a few minutes ago, but I'm also going to compare Rome Streets to Joey Badass here in this instance, because he really is. I'm a big fan of Joey's early work, okay, even up to 1999. I love 1999 by Joey, but regardless, that's kind of besides the point. Rome Streets is sounding like early, hungry Joey Badass on this project. This is the sharpest Rome Streets has ever sounded, in my opinion, and I've been keeping up with him. I listen to a lot of people, right? Keeping tabs on artists that I'm interested in, even if they're not releasing the best of tracks. I have high hopes for everybody, right? Rome Streets has come into his own on this project. The Conductor Williams production is, unsurprisingly fucking crisp and fucking beautiful, and just like the bow to tie this thing together. But Rome Streets is truly the star of the show on this project. So sharp, so clever. The rhymes are just, they're potent. They're hitting me, bro. They're hitting me. It's like heroin. This shit is like heroin. It's like, it's fucking, you gotta check it out. Please, do me a favor. Check this project out. If you like boom bap, if you like just real like gritty hip hop type shit, underground hip hop, there's a lot of fucking noise out there. The game is oversaturated, right? It's hard to know what to listen to. You gotta listen to this one. You gotta listen to this one. Rome Streets and Conductor Williams, Train Spotting. I'll give a little sample here. All right, give some samples here. So Rule 4080. This is a very charged up song here. Actually, this is a very, politically. I was about to say racially charged. Not in a bad way or anything. It's just very like, it's a heavy topic here, but check this song out. So fucking fire.
Hey yo, slave to the game. Contract with a chain. Own your name. What you want? Big dough with a change. Fuck the fame. The fortune is more important. These niggas signing their life away with no lawyer. Record execs really ain't for you. Too many hands in your pocket before you profit. On your quest to be poppin'. Be smart, don't settle for a stupid option. You the talent they need, you who they watching.
Oh shit, bro. Bro, he's got the record executives shaking in their boots with this track, right? Let me see if I got another one in here to give a sample. Yeah. So Resource Room, this fucking dude, this beat is
Conductor, we have a...
the beat's fire, but once again, dude, Rome Streets is the true star of the show here.
I've been on my shit, niggas. Need a drop top Chevy in an old school Porsche. I've been off the porch, I've been at the force, I've been on the court, you've been on the snort. I've been on what you been on the more, got views from the top, but I've been on.
I can't, dude. Ugh, don't get me started with that. He said, I've been on the snort, I've been on... Dude.
On the court, you been on the snort. I've been on what you been on the more. Got views from the top, but I've been on the floor. Styling on you niggas like I've been on before. She love me down, I put dick in the hole. We got money now, we up on the score. She love me now. If the pussy is good, I'ma spin the block.
It's too far. So yeah, again. Best albums of 2025 so far. This is making the list. Top 12. Rome Streets, Conductor Williams, Trainspotting. Check it out. All right, next up, we're reaching the end of the list. Like I said, only 12 albums. This is my 12 favorite albums of the year so far. 6 hip-hop albums and 6 non-hip-hop albums. We are a hip-hop focused channel, hip-hop biased channel, but we give space for anything that could possibly make it. Next up, Saba and No ID from the private collection of Saba and No ID. One of my favorite rappers of the past 10 years. Been listening to Saba since 2013, basically since Acid Rap came out. He featured on Acid Rap, and that's what put me onto him. Checked out his mixtapes at that point, and it fell in love, and been listening ever since. Up until this project, my favorite of his was probably Bucket List Project. Still such an incredibly creative and forward-thinking album. And he also dropped, of course, I'm going to forget the name of the really like heavy project. What is that one? Is it Take Care? What's it called? It's not called Take Care. That's the Drake album. But Care For Me? It's called Care For Me, right? Yeah. So Care For Me is a very great album as well. Oh, geez. Hold on. 1 second. My daughter is calling my name. I cannot believe she is awake right now. 1 second. Give me a moment. 1 second. All right. Sorry about that. I'm wrapping up here. We're wrapping up the list, and then I gotta go. But Saba and No ID, they need a spotlight here because they dropped such a fantastic offering. They blessed us with an album that they had been teasing for quite a while at this point. Dropped quite a few songs leading up to this over the course of the decade so far, over the course of the 2020s so far, and left me wondering, like, is this even going to come out, or are we just going to get a whole bunch of loosies, right? But then right when I was about to give up hope, they released this masterpiece of an album, a testimony to hip-hop, which I'm pretty sure Saba even described it as that. It is a love letter to hip-hop of sorts, is what if I'm not mistaken, what he said. So I salute Saba and I salute No ID for this beautiful project here to remind people, like, why we listen to this shit, like why we are in love with this genre, with this culture. So some of my favorite tracks from it, let me find. I want to make sure I get the best ones here. So the best ones I end up putting in my little playlist. So yeah, Stomping, bro. This shit. Stomping.
Something happened to me.
Stomping, bro. Stomping. More like stop it. This shit is too fucking good, man.
I don't know, guess it was just coming. Runway shorty wanted come and show me something. Runway garments, but my can't pronounce.
By the way, special shout out to Saba. He's featured in the new Marvel Ironheart series. I've been watching it, and they had this scene where they go to a Saba concert. And then they also had a scene where one of the characters is sitting in his bedroom. He's like a music producer in his bedroom, and he's got the Pivot Gang album cover poster behind him, like a big poster of the Pivot Gang album cover on his wall. I'm like, dude, there's so much Saba love in the show. It takes place in Chicago, so you know it's some local love happening there, but so cool to see, man. Saba's rise to fame. Like I said, I've been listening to him since Acid Rap came out, which was pretty early. He didn't really start popping until like 2017-ish. So now he's got a collab album with No ID. So that's pretty fun. And he's making the newest Marvel show. So that's fucking awesome, dude. Like that's so cool. Saba, No ID, from the private collection of Saba and No ID. Also, again, I want to shout out the song West Side Bound Part 4. Let's give that a little listen here. So this is the series here, as you can see. I've got them all. West Side Bound Part 2. Part 3 is on Bucket List Project in 2016. And then 9 years later, Part 4 comes out featuring motherfucking Mello. All right, Pivot Gang member. It's such a good addition to this series of tracks, dude. Like, I love the horns in this shit. Like, fuck me up, dude.
Slight flex, but I'm watching everything burn down. Shit, what else left but fire back? Eyes wide if he up in your sight. See him tryna game, but what you gave? Ask what it take, I'ma save your life. You don't get it overnight. Love to the west side. Oh, shit. Yeah. Love to the west side.
Alright, I don't know if they're going to claim me. This episode's going to get fucking strucken down like lightning because of all these tracks I'm playing, but it's worth it. It's worth it if I can get them through. And I can edit it out later. Alright. Like I said, we're almost done with this list. And then I gotta bounce. But I've been having fun here tonight. Saba and No ID from the private collection. Next up, The Weeknd with his last album, Hurry Up Tomorrow. Hurry Up Tomorrow by The Weeknd. Supposedly his last album as The Weeknd. Now, nobody's lacking any exposure to The Weeknd at this point, so I'm not gonna beat you guys over the head with this one, but it is a very good album in my opinion, probably his best of the decade, and I have actually thoroughly enjoyed his other two projects from this decade so far, so that's actually saying something meaningful. This is, I mean, he's giving us what we want. He's giving us what we want. You know, he went kind of experimental, couple different directions on the last two projects, and he did well doing that. And it was good, and I'm sure he got a lot out of them, out of doing those albums. I'm sure he got a lot out of them creatively, right? But now he's returning back to his original cups of tea, even calling back to as early as his original mixtape. So it's pretty impressive what he's able to do still in 2025. I guess this was recorded in 2024 mostly, but it's pretty impressive. Now, all of this being said, we're not going to talk about the movie that accompanies this album. Okay, I didn't watch it, but I am under good impression that it is very bad. Okay, and so we're just gonna ignore that is tied to this album. But as far as the music goes, this shit is exactly what I wanted from The Weeknd. I just fucking fell off the table. I couldn't ask for anything more from him, to be honest. He's one of my favorite artists of all time, and so to get an album like this from him it's very special as a fan. It tells me, it gives me, you know, it's nice to know that your artist still can do the things that you love, right? So that's why I love this album. That's why it's making this list. Again, it's a very robust album. It's kind of bordering on bloated, which is kind of almost a theme for this list. I don't love super long albums, even though there's kind of a handful of them on this list here, but the ones that are on here that are a little on the long side, they're not unbearably long. That's kind of why they were able to make it, and why I can't find it. Where is this shit? Where the fucking where the hell is Hurry Up Tomorrow? This is strange. There it is. God damn it. Hold on. I meant to search in here. Some of my favorite tracks: Reflections Laughing with Travis Scott and Florence the Machine. Again, like, I love this shit because it is reminiscent of his earlier work, which I just have like a deep connection to, right? Like, it's just one of those nostalgia things. So when I hear shit like this, I'm like, wow, bro. Maybe call me easily impressed. I don't know. I just have a soft spot for The Weeknd. So when he pulls out tricks like this, I'm just like, damn, bro. That's that shit I love, man. With this voicemail, this cheesy ass voicemail, but it is very cheesy. It is corny. I would never fault somebody for saying that. I would agree, even, but I love it. I love it, dude. With the Hannibal Lecter, like, I would fuck me voicemail type of shit. Like,
worried. You worked so hard to be better.
But I also want to shout out, I Can't Wait to Get There. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's fantastic, dude. It's great. I love this shit. It's so good. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yes. Need I say more? It's The Weeknd. I mean, like I said, we get a lot. Everybody gets enough of The Weeknd. Nobody is short of Weeknd exposure, but he dropped a really good album this year. I cannot lie. And the last one, I believe this is the last one, Youth Lagoon's Rarely Do I Dream. Now, I had never heard of Youth Lagoon until this year. Don't know anything about them, really. Don't know where they're from. Maybe I could look that up right now. But the album that they dropped this year is among my favorites. It is some almost like folky. This is my folk pick of the year so far. Let's just say that. Alternative folk, is that a thing? Alt folk, alt folk, something like that. Let's see what Youth Lagoon is all about. Now is a better time than ever. So Youth Lagoon is Trevor Powers, who was born in 1989. Youth Lagoon's music has been described as neo-psychedelia and includes elements of pop, Americana, electronic, and experimental. So that's straight from Wikipedia. And yeah, I would agree. I mean, this shit is great. I mean, it took me by surprise. And honestly, I just thought it was kind of like a band, to be honest. But it turns out Youth Lagoon is more of just like one person. Or at least that's kind of who the moniker is encompassing. But really, you just gotta hear it to know what I'm talking about. The music is just so beautiful. It's so beautiful that it made my 2025 halftime report, and I had never heard of them before. Let's see. I typed in Yagoon, and I meant to type in Youth Lagoon. So the song Saturday Cowboy Matinee. If you like The Neighborhood or Jesse, you'll like this.
The punks at Mickey's Bagel Shop, they spy hold the key. A house of technical fake.
So yeah, like alt rock type of shit. Very catchy. Maybe even like very radio friendly. I could see this shit getting like popping off on the radio for sure. It's good shit, I'm telling you. Let's see. I'll give you another sample. This is the last album I'm talking about tonight, and then I'm going to peace out of here. So I might as well give you another one. Oh, this is one I heard today. Football. It was standing out to me today. This shit's so beautiful, dude. So if you like Beach House, you probably like this too. Especially this song. And Parking Lot. Hell yeah. Like I said, yeah, very, very Beach House-esque. So if you like Beach House, for sure, that's a great comparison. And I believe that's it. I think that's the 12th one. Is that the 12th one? Let's make sure. I think it is, people. Yep. That's it. We did it. That's my 12 favorite albums of 2025 so far. My 2025 halftime report. All right, and that's 6 hip-hop albums and 6 non-hip-hop albums. So call me biased. I do not care. This is what tickles my fancy in 2025. So let me know what you've been listening to. Please, let me know your list. What's your 12 favorite albums of the year so far? I would love to know. All right. If you are tuning in now, make sure to, rewind the stream. I talked about some other current events type of shit happening in the hip-hop realm at the top of the stream, and then we went over this list of mine. If you like this kind of content, hit that subscribe button. I go live at least once a week. I've been doing one Scratched Up Live, which is this kind of stream where I do hip-hop discussion, and then I've been trying to do a music production stream every week as well, where I just cook. We just cook some beats. We go in the lab, we go in the kitchen, and we cook together, and it's fun. Usually it's just me cooking. But you could also follow Quarter Day Recordings on Instagram and TikTok, just at Quarter Day Recordings. Threads as well. You can follow me. I go by Derek Obscure on Instagram, at Derek Obscure on Instagram and Threads. I got a Threads account. Blue Sky, we're on there. And then also, again, I did this at the top of the stream, but I'm going to do it again now. I need people to flood into the new Quarter Day Recordings Discord server. I made it on the last Scratched Up Live stream last week. I made it live from scratch. Scratched Up Lives from scratch, no pun intended. But we only have it's just me and like 1 or 2 other people in here. But we've got we've got 7 channels here, 6 channels here sharing music. So I got a channel to share music. I've got a channel to discuss hip hop. I've got an audio production channel to share like music production resources and whatnot, plugins, whatever you're fucking with. Current events. If you are interested, if you want to see me cover something on YouTube, this is the place to let me know. So you can find the link to the Discord in the description of this live. And I recommend you go and join the community, join the conversation. I'm in here posting. It's mostly just me. It is just me. I guess somebody else posted once. But I'm posting music I'm listening to. I'm posting things that I'm reading, things I'm interested in, things I'm probably going to be covering later in the week. So if you want to stay connected, if you want to build this community, this is the place to do it. I share my playlists in here. You know, I'm active in here. I think it's fun. I'm going to be in here no matter what, no matter if people are in here or not, because this is a great way for me to keep tabs of shit. I can just refer to it. It's a nice reference for me to have. Yeah. My name is Derek Obscure. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you had fun here, if you like this kind of content. I sure do appreciate it. It's been fun. Now get to bed. It's late. We need to get to bed. Peace.